Okay. Going right there. Okay. You're welcome. Alright, real shit. Welcome back to the video, guys. Today we're going to be going over everything you guys need to know before installing a 392 manifold on your guys' 5.7s. It applies only to 5.7s, either whether it's a 300, Challenger, Charger, whatever it is, as long as it's a 5.7. Pretty sure it even works on trucks, but we're going to be breaking down everything. So let's pop the hood and get straight to it. I need to fix that shit. Alright. Hopefully the cops don't come, bro. Oh! High five, fighter! Fun. Alright, to start off, you guys are obviously going to need a 392 manifold. These range anywhere from probably like $3 if you get a good deal, $3 to maybe $900 if you guys get a brand new one. I'm not sure how much it is, but I got mine for $400 on Facebook Market. I got it used with, I think it had like 40,000 miles on it, maybe 60,000, I don't remember, to be honest, but I got it for 400. I didn't get it ported. I should have. If you guys are able to get one ported, do it. If you guys get one, port it first. I fucked up and I installed it, and then I got the thought to port it, and I was like, damn, I don't really feel like taking it off, because if you take the manifold off, you're gonna get you're gonna need to get a new set of gaskets to install, because it's not recommended to take a part off, put gaskets on it, and then take it off again and use the same ones. It's not recommended, but like I said, if you guys can able to get one on Facebook Market, that's where I go. If you guys have the money, go get a brand new one. Be my guest, man. That's all you. Me, I'm a broke ass motherfucker. So I got all my shit's from Facebook, bro. Literally, this whole fucking the engine's from fucking Facebook. No, I'm just kidding, but most of these parts are from Facebook. So like I said, 400 bucks for that. If you can port it before you get the manifold put on or installed, be my guest. It's gonna be a lot more worth it for you guys. I plan on supercharging this, so I don't really care to be ported right now, because then I'm gonna have to get it retuned and all this bullshit. But anyway, with getting the manifold, make sure you guys have the SRV actuator from the 392 manifold. Mine didn't come with one. I didn't think I needed it. Mine came with the lockout plate. I didn't buy that. It came with it, so I thought I'd be chilling with just that, but I'll get into that later in the video. Like I said, 392 manifold, either a lockout plate, and if not, make sure you have the 392 actuator, SRV controller, whatever you want to call it, for the manifold. Next, we're gonna need, for my car at least, the intake air sensor thingy, this thingy. As you see, mine's right here, and look at how short this is. The gray part is literally the sensor, because the way this is set up, the intakes are routed differently from the 5.7s versus the 6.4s. Ours come here and out, so the sensor's like literally right here, so it just plugs in. I got this harness off of Amazon for 15 bucks. I will leave a link down in the description, and I'll pop up a picture of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Literally, I paid $15 for that sensor. Just plug it in. I routed it under the valve cover thingy right here, and then right here. It's literally perfect length. It gives you a little bit of room in case you guys' intakes are different. I have the leg maker, as you guys can see. And then with that, I mentioned gaskets. You guys are gonna need gaskets. I'll pop a picture of those as well. I got those on Amazon for, I think they're like 20 bucks. Same thing as that, literally 20 bucks for the gaskets. It comes with every gasket you need. It comes for all the ones for the manifold. I'm pretty sure it comes with one for the oil cap right here, one for the throttle body right here. The picture will show you guys, but it literally came with everything you guys needed. I think it came with a few extra too. So that's a plus. So now to get into the controller, what I was mentioning before, like I said, I have a lockout plate right now, the MMX one. I'll pop a picture of that one as well. That's what I'm currently running right now, and with everything that I have set up, I didn't really notice it at first because I didn't really have a lot done to it. This is one of the first performance mods that I did to the RT. So like top end, I didn't really feel it, but now, like I said, with the headers, the catalyst, the exhaust, intake, I start to feel the difference in the higher RPMs. Pretty much what the long runner and short runners are for. The long runners are for like low end torque, lower speeds, lower RPMs. And then once you get to the higher RPMs is when you'll start to feel the difference, especially with everything that I have going on. I'm tuned in all this nonsense, but the short runners come on around 4800. So that's where the SRV controller will come into play. I'm currently waiting for mine right now to come in. I got that, and then I bought the actuator for the manifold. Mine didn't come with one like I mentioned. And that was about 150 bucks. I'll pop a picture as well. I'm just gonna pop a picture of everything that I have or what I've told you guys. I'm waiting for mine to come in. I got an OEM one. It was 150 bucks, 20 bucks with shipping, so 170 I paid to all together. And that was just for the actuator. So like I said, if you guys can get yours with the manifold, probably save you guys some money. So, and then with that, I know you can get the harness for the actuator itself, and then your tuners can tune it to make it run, because the 5.7s aren't programmed to run with the short runner and the long runners. I've been doing research, motherfuckers, so I know my shit right now. So they're not programmed to run, so they can program it or tune it in a sense to make the actuators run with the OEM sensor. So if you guys get the sensor, it hooks up to something back there. I'm not too sure. I haven't really, like I said, I don't have it, so I'm not too sure about that one. But you can hook it up to where it works and it functions, so you don't need to go get the controller. But the thing with the controller is, the more stuff you do, say you get the thing and you do all these mods, you can adjust your levels. So when I get mine, I'm probably gonna set it, I think I've been doing research, it's like 4,900, just because I have a little bit more done to the car, or what's recommended. So I'm able to choose and tune it myself. It's manually. Like I said, I'll pop a picture of the one I'm getting. It's from Z Automotive. They're sending me their controller. The top ones that I've seen are from MMX and from Z Automotive. From research, from what I've done, is the Z Automotive and then the MMX. I was gonna get the MMX. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's like 300 something. The one I'm getting is 260. But shout out to them, they're sponsoring it. So good looks to Z Automotive. You guys need your parts. You guys need a controller. You guys need the taser, whatever it may be. Go hit them up. Get your guys' parts from them. But like I said, the controller is gonna help activate the short runner. So when you guys are like giving it gas, like higher speeds, higher RPMs and all that stuff, you guys can set it to where the activator locks in. It's a long runner. It's pretty much like choking out the car. Like it runs out of air type of shit. I'll put a picture of like literally what it says. I was doing my I was doing my research, and like I said, I'll pop a picture of everything that I found. So pretty much the long runners they pretty much run out of breath in a sense once you get to the 4,800 range. So that's when the short runners come into play, and they help you with that top end. From research, it says you can add up to 30 horsepower. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it's a wheel or crank, but you can add up to 30 horsepower just top end. Cause like I said, I hit 4,800, like 5,000-ish. Car just like bogs out, bro. Like it just literally feels like it just stops going. You can feel it too. Like I said, it wasn't really like that before I had like the headers and stuff. That's why I didn't really notice it in the beginning. It felt normal to me. But the more I try pushing my car and just having a little bit of fun with it, the more I notice like it literally just starts shaking out. And I thought it was a fuel problem. I could be wrong, but from, like I said, research, it's 100% the freaking 99.99999% sure it's the actuator, and I need that. The lockup plate, like I said, isn't allowing the short runner to activate. So hopefully that fixes it. I'm gonna be making a video on that as well. A full install, full freaking literally taking off it's literally 3 bolts, bro. Literally 3 bolts. But I'm gonna be making a video on that very soon. It's like once it comes in. I think the actuator comes in on Friday. Well, I don't know when you guys are seeing this, but it comes in this week, the day I'm filming this Friday. And then the controller, I'm not too sure when that's coming in. They didn't send me a thing for it, so hopefully soon. For the SRV controller, what it does is it plugs into the actuator, and you can route it. A lot of people mount it here just so you have easy access to when like you need to adjust it or whatever. So I'm not too sure where I'm gonna mount it. It's gonna be either here or here. Not too sure yet. I know people are able to route them if the wire's long enough. You can route it inside, which actually I might do, low-key. Run it through the firewall right to your freaking, like right by the steering wheel. You can do that just so it's easier access. You don't need a tune with the controller. It's all, like I said, manual control. But yeah, I'm gonna throw that in the video once. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole install video of the SRV controller and installing the actuator. It's gonna be a bitch because the freaking manifold's on right now, and I really don't want to take it off because, like I said, you take it off, you're gonna need to put new gaskets on it. So I'm gonna attempt to do it like that. It shouldn't be too hard. The bolts are pretty easy to access. I've tried accessing them. I put new bolts on because I did have a leak. I think one of the bolts fell out, but now it's good. So like I said, I will have a video on that. Probably gonna end up trying to run it through the firewall, and then if I need to extend the wire, I will. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that though, but I'll show you guys the process of everything I do when I go to install this. So hopefully soon, hopefully I get the video up for you guys soon, just because I'm just as patient as you guys. I know you guys have a lot of questions and stuff. So also, when installing the manifold, make sure to put your freaking OEM cap on, the one that came with your guys' 5.7s. Yeah, make sure you guys put your OEM ones, because the scat packs have different oil than the 5.7s. So make sure to put this one on and not the freaking one that it comes with. If they do give you one, make sure to put that back on, because you're gonna probably end up putting the wrong oil just because it says it right there, you know, type shit. So make sure to put that one back on. Check all these lines right here, make sure all these are good if it comes with them. Mine was just a manifold, it didn't come with anything else but that lockout plate. So just make sure everything looks good. Like I said, put this back on and you guys should be solid, man. If you don't end up getting a throttle body for this, your RT one will fit this one. I'm pretty sure they share the same throttle body. And if you guys can, if you're gonna port the manifold, make sure to port the throttle body as well. I have a Hellcat one, so doesn't really matter. But when I do get the Whipple and all that, or the supercharger and all that, I am gonna end up porting that. And if I can port the supercharger, I'm gonna do that as well, just because it's already gonna be off, and I'm not gonna do the same mistake twice. I should have ported this before installing it, but it is what it is, man. I was gonna attempt to do it myself, but I got lazy and impatient, and I just wanted to throw this thing on. So, and like I said, I'm not gonna go through the process of taking it off and all that bullshit. So another thing is that these throttle bodies, when installing, they're gonna sit different than the 5.7s. I know the 5.7s sit upright. These are down. These sit like this. So the cables are gonna be down. I've run it down here just to make sure it doesn't hit the belt. Maybe, like I said, I zip tied it right here. You guys can see, kind of. Let's see what this off. I zip tied this so it keeps it up from like falling, because it will touch the belt if you don't have it on right. So that's one thing to look out for when installing the harness, because like I said, it's a pretty good extension. I zip tied it here, so just a little heads up right there. With this, if you guys can, get a freaking cash can, bro. I got mine's universal from Amazon. I'll, like I said, throw a picture of that one as well. I got this on Amazon for, I want to say like 35 bucks or something like that. It comes with these longer, so you do have to cut them to fit whatever you're gonna put on, because like I said, the 5.7s run different locations. I got this one. I had one on the 5.7 and I changed it out for one for the manifold. It'll help out a lot with the oil coming in, more air, all that bullshit. It's gonna help freaking all the oil from coming back this way. It actually does work. Like I think I posted my oil change video. All the oil I got out was actually pretty crazy. Like, think about that, would have all been inside the manifold, and you don't want that. So it catches all the oil from coming into there, which is very, very helpful. So definitely recommend getting a catch can with installing a manifold. And I know people sell sets with injectors for the scat. If you can get that kind of bundle, cool, but you might have to tune it right away with upgrading to the scat injectors, just because they're bigger, more. You guys get more fuel going down. Same thing as installing Hellcat injectors. You need a tune for that. So if you guys can get a little bundle with Hellcat injectors or scat injectors, that'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I got my manifold by itself as is, and like I said, no issues so far. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much really it for getting manifolds. When buying it, just make sure it's clean. Ask questions. Don't be scared to ask questions, guys. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna ask all the questions in the world to make sure I'm getting the right part, good parts. Make sure this isn't all chewed up or gunked up, where the throttle body connects here. Maybe look inside, make sure nothing's all scratched up and anything like that. Check the back, see if everything's good. I know a lot of people mentioned this sensor back here not working, so you guys need to get like an adapter. Mine fit perfectly, nice and snug. It's not loose. Oh shit, it's a little loose, man. But it doesn't go nowhere. I haven't had any issues, no check engine lights. If you guys install this right, it's pretty simple. Literally, I have an install video, but I'll go over briefly like what it is. It's literally removing all these bolts right here. I'm pretty sure they're all 8mm. You got, I think, 5 or 6 right here, another 5 on that side. You can take it off with the fuel rails. You gotta unplug the injectors though. And it's literally take off, put on, like I said. Make sure to get gaskets. You guys can't use the same gaskets it comes with. If it does come with any, just get the gaskets, bro. You're gonna regret not getting the gaskets when they break or they're loose or something. So make sure you get the gaskets. Make sure you guys get the extension for your intake. Because like I said, there's just different routing. Like I said, this one goes here, this one goes out and around, but it's not gonna work. You guys need the extension, gaskets, manifold, SRV controller, or lockout plate. If you guys want to run lockout plate, if this is like one of your first mods that you guys do with your Chargers or 5.7s, you can just get the lockout plate. You can get away with it. Mine came with it, like I said, but I think they're like 150 bucks if you guys want to buy one. For the meantime, until you guys get tuned and all that shit. I should have got the SRV controller before I got tuned, but I didn't really think of it until after I got tuned, and obviously I felt the difference. But lock-up plate, if you have the money, get the SRV controller. I'm sure, I know there's cheaper ones you can get from like Amazon. I think they're called, I forgot what they're called, but it was like 50, 60 bucks. I think one was 120. Those work too, but like I said, Z Automotive is sponsoring it, so can't complain on that one, man. But there is cheaper ones on Amazon. If I can find them, I'll pop a picture as well of the one I was gonna get until I reach out to them, and they said they're with the shits, man. So yeah, if you guys can get a throttle body with the manifold, even better. As far as tuning goes, get everything, tune it together. You don't need to get a tune just for this. I say wait. That's what I did. I waited. I got the tune with everything that I got once I got the header. So I did headers last because you need a tune for that. And like I said, I have another video on that as well, so go check that one out. And mine didn't come with the covers, but I get a lot of questions. Oh, is it a scat? No, it's freaking 5.7. I got these covers on Facebook as well. These, I think they were like 100 bucks. I'm pretty sure I got scammed. They probably could have gone for a lot cheaper, but like I said, I was impatient. They fit right on because they adapt to the manifold right here. They fit right onto the fuel, these right here, and they're the same setup as, because I'm running the stock fuel rail from the 5.7 just with Hellcat injectors. So these fit literally right on. They fit the same as the RT cover, the 5.7 cover. So these literally just no freaking adaptions or whatever. They just go right on. Hello? They just go right on like so. No issues with that. Nice and snug. Fits perfectly. Nothing in the way. Money. So if you guys want to get those, it looks a lot cleaner. It looks more stock in a way, which is a good thing, being in California. So I just like the way the covers look. I'm not saying I'm an SRT. I just think it looks a lot cleaner. Hides up all the wiring that I had, especially when I had the flexual kit. I got that for that, to be honest, because I had a bunch of wires going that way and that way. But now I don't have to worry about it. But I got them, so might as well use them, you know? Other than that, man, that's pretty much all you need. Like I said, the sensor, lock-up plate or controller, the manifold, gaskets, and you guys have said, man, huge difference this thing makes once just installed alone. No tune, no nothing. It makes huge difference. You'll feel it instantly, like torque. Like I said, the long runner mode with it locked out, huge difference. But like I said, once it gets to the higher RPMs, it's ass, bro. It's ass. It does make the car sound a lot different. Like it makes it, I don't want to say throaty, but it makes it like a deeper tone. So it definitely changes the way the exhaust sounds. Other than that, man, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's how the things you should know before installing the intake manifold. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I plan on going supercharger, so I don't really care for the whole porting thing. I don't really care for it because I have a different route I'm going. I'm gonna get a whole supercharger fucking cam and everything. So like I said, I don't really care if it's ported or whatnot, because I knew my plan was to do this. I just want to do this for the content, show you guys the process of being able to get one of these on your car and if it's worth it or not. All these parts I do is for you guys to watch and see. I do it the cheap way because I know a lot of people don't have the money for new parts, given that you have a 5.7, you broke ass. But yeah, this is, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, my experience with the 392 manifold is pretty, like, I've had no issues with it, no check engine lights, no nothing. Pretty solid install, pretty super install, pretty easy install. Recommend doing it yourself, so you don't want to go pay $300, $400, whatever they're gonna charge you. Just install this, bro. It's literally 8 bolts, comes right off, put it right back on. Like I said, I have a video of how to install it step by step. Pretty much everything you guys need. If you guys have questions, let me know in the comments, man. I'll answer the questions. Not gonna beat around the bush. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Other than that, that's the end of the video, man. Peace.